This is Twit. 8888 Ask Leo. That's the phone number. Back to the phones we go. Ernest is in Norfolk, VA. Hello, Ernest.
Hi, Leo. Pleasure to talk to you. Long-time listener.
Thank you, Ernest.
Okay, I've got one for you.
Yeah.
My cell phone is making ghost telephone calls.
That's not good. You're not butt dialing, are you?
No, they're not butt dial. Here's the deal. I still have the unlimited package, unlimited data package. So I was nearing my minutes cap for talking, and I went to look, and I had an extra 115 minutes in the call log on the website. But when I look at my phone, there's nothing there.
And what are the numbers it's calling?
They're calling numbers all over the place.
Are the calls lengthy, or are they very short?
Some of them are short. There was the longest on the log was 28 minutes.
So I would call your phone company, because what I suspect has happened is somebody has cloned your SIM.
And I called my cell company, and I asked that very question, and they said, "Oh no, there's no way possible that could happen."
But of course it can. Happens all the time. See, they don't want to absorb the cost. In this case, there was no cost, but potentially there could be. I would tell them, look, who's the company?
Verizon.
Yeah, so there's no SIM, it's a CDMA, but those can be cloned as well. You can clone any phone. And it's clear somebody's using your phone. You're not using it. It's not logging them on the phone itself. So it's clear somebody has cloned your phone. You might try going into a Verizon store. Sometimes getting a person face-to-face is better. And bring your phone and bring your bill and say, see this? What's the story here? Then you can demonstrate to them. But they need to, first of all, it is completely possible that your phone can be cloned. And when that happens, you get charged for those minutes. So I think that's pretty clearly what's happening. I can't think of any other excuse. Right, Ernest?
The only other thing I could think is possibly some app is making phone calls, but that should have shown up in my call log.
I would think so. That bugs me. I'm not sure exactly it's not Google Voice or something like that, right? It's just your actual Verizon phone number.
And that's the funny thing. That's exactly why I was having the issue. I share minutes with my wife, so I make all of my calls using Google Voice. So I shouldn't have phone calls.
Yeah, interesting. Now, Google Voice, okay. Maybe we track this down. Google Voice makes a phone call. Let me think. When you make a phone call with Google Voice, does it not... It's not VoIP. I think this is a common misapprehension. I'm going to have to get the chat room to help me because I don't make phone calls with Google Voice. Does it not make a phone call on your behalf from an actual number?
No.
You sure?
I'm positive.
I got to try that. Yeah. It used to, because it wasn't always in the original... It wasn't VoIP. Google Voice, I think, uses minutes. I think it is Google Voice. Because it uses minutes.
But would Google Voice make phone calls when I'm not making phone calls?
Well, no. But I think that's where your minutes are going. And it'll look like numbers. You could pick one of those numbers and do a Google search on the number. A lot of times, because, for instance, I got a phone call from Florida. I thought, who is calling me from Florida? So I Googled the number just to see, and it was a known Google Voice number. Check those numbers and see if they're known Google Voice numbers. Google Voice does use minutes, and it's kind of a strange beast. It's not true VoIP. I would guess that's what's going on, and I'm not sure how they get billed to you. Maybe they don't even get billed at the same time. Let me look. Uncle Bick has put a link in the chat room to the Google Voice explanation at support.google.com/voice. Cost. Google Voice on your mobile phone, making domestic calls. When you use Google Voice on your mobile phone, domestic calls will use the standard minutes from your cell phone plan. Each time you place a call, instead of dialing the number you want to reach, Google Voice dials a U.S.-based direct access number, that strange number like 925 something. The Google Voice server then forwards your call to the actual destination number. So now I'm wondering if it necessarily bills it at the same time as you make your phone. These direct access numbers may show in your phone's call log or on your phone bill. May means may not. Direct access numbers are assigned randomly and may include numbers that are out of your local calling area or even out of state. So I'm guessing, I would look into this and see. It isn't VoIP. Google is actually making a phone call to a Google number and then forwarding your call to the number you want to reach. So it will use your minutes. I suspect that's what's going on. I love Google Voice, but I think it's a commonly misunderstood how Google Voice works. It isn't like Skype, which will use the internet to place a phone call, even on your smartphone. So while it could be cloned, I would check into that. I would look at those numbers and see if those are Google Voice numbers. Wow, that's an interesting question.